both are still together. They're still fighting with each other, like Tom and Jerry, but they're still in the marriage.
Okay.
It is always and always that for a guy who is getting married to a girl, that girl is the most important person in his life.
I was actually coming to that point.
In terms of marriage, if I have understood one thing about marriage is, Jayashree is the most important person in my life.
Yeah, and
But that doesn't mean that I don't love my mom.
Yeah.
क्योंकि लोग तुरंत वो क्वेश्चन, oh, so that means that you don't love your mom. ये कब कहा मैंने? That is interpretation, right?
Okay.
So your spouse, in terms for a boy, the girl is the most important because वो अपना पूरा संसार छोड़ के आपके लिए आई है. आप अपना घर छोड़ के उसके, आप अपने ससुराल में जाके नहीं बसे हो. वो अपना पूरा घर छोड़ के आपके घर आई. In my coaching, so I have so far handled around 48 cases of extramarital affair. और उसमें एक चीज कॉमन होती है. The end is always a hurt. For the people who are in extramarital affair, so end is more or less not very happy. I feel so blessed that I am married to Jayashree because she doesn't mind.
Obviously, and one more thing is because you guys are having that understanding. So
that's why I can do this, right? Is a lot of credit goes to her. Whatever I have become as a person and as a coach, lot of credit goes to her.
So they were able to resolve the complaints when they spoke about it.
First they put it out on the table. कि मेरे को तुमसे ये शिकायतें हैं, तुमको मेरे से ये शिकायतें हैं. And then we had to prioritize which one is the most important, most pressing, जो बिल्कुल cut through करता है. Okay, we have to resolve that.
तीसरा कोई भी इंसान होता है इन सब सिचुएशंस में और वो हेल्प करता है तीसरा इंसान इन चीज़ों को रिजॉल्व करने में. एंड डू यू थिंक दैट बिकॉज यू वेंट देयर वाज देयर एनी इम्पैक्ट बिकॉज ऑफ योर प्रेजेंस you were able to calm them down?
So the reason I'm smiling is that, okay, there's a difference between a तीसरा इंसान and a coach.
Yeah.
So I was a coach.
Okay.
So two things which is common in all the good coaches, right? First thing, that for any of them, like for both of them, they knew that I am not judging them.
So they're able to express whatever.
Yes, because when there is no fear of judgment, anybody can open their votes.
एक तरफ हम बोल रहे हैं कि okay, we need a lot of patience, we need these things, so many efforts, ताकि हम मैरिज को चला पाएं. और एक तरफ हम ये भी बोलते हैं कि divorce is also a blessing sometimes. So then how do people decide what's the right time for them to step out, make the marriage work?
She did everything, and though she was like very, very independent and high-headed girl, she was in sales, okay? She left everything to save her marriage.
This is what most girls do.
And then it is like when she decided that it's time, some trigger happened. She left Singapore without any knowledge. She came back to India. You call her your mom as mommy, and not. But when anybody gets married, I'm talking about the girl. Anybody gets married to in-laws, like mother-in-law, she will say "Mummy ji."
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There is a difference.
So as soon as you put the G, anybody will say, oh, it's out of respect. Okay, so that means you are not respecting your own mom, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you put a G there, you have differentiated.
Okay.
She is my mom, and you know what's the message goes? You are not my mom.
But can a mother-in-law really be a mom to a daughter-in-law?
Yes, why not? Okay.
इस वाले पॉडकास्ट में हमने काफ़ी बोल सकते हैं कि बर्निंग टॉपिक्स हमने टच किया और कॉन्वर्सेशन बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था. हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल. आज फिर से मैं ऋषि जी के साथ हूँ और हमने अपना लास्ट पॉडकास्ट शूट किया था विच वाज बेस्ड ऑन रिलेशनशिप. सो वंस अगेन आई वांट टू इंट्रोड्यूस माय गेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू, Risshi Jhaa, who is a relationship coach as well as a mindset and a career coach. Welcome back to my channel, Rishi ji.
हेलो, पिछली बार बहुत अच्छा लगा था, so thank you for inviting me again, Seher.
Thank you. I'm so happy to invite you back. And last वाले podcast में हमारे बहुत सारे questions रह गए थे. So इस बार जो है I'm sure के will be able to catch up on some of important questions जो मुझे लगा कि हमें relationship wise इसे consider करना चाहिए. So starting with Rishi ji, coming directly to what I see in social media और social media का जिन्हें भी exposure है. Coming back to directly the extramarital affairs. जो
Hot topic of these days.
yes. So when it comes to relationship, क्योंकि ये इतना इसको हम बोल सकते हैं कि ये नाजुक and it's such a sensitive thing. And then अगर दोनों में से किसी एक पार्टनर ने को अगर पता चल जाए कि उसका सामने वाला पार्टनर is cheating on them and they're having extramarital affairs, so how do they handle this? And one more thing which I would also like to add to my question is, I have seen many news that people are having parallel extramarital affairs as well. Like they are not cheating just with one partner, like just with one person, but like 4-5 extramaritals are going parallelly. And then, so can these marriages be saved? And how do we really save it?
Okay, so to answer the last question first, okay, आपका क्वेश्चन है कि can these marriages be saved? मेरा क्वेश्चन back to those couples would be that do they really want to save their marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. अगर वो सेव करना चाहते हैं, so anything can be done. Okay. अगर सेव नहीं करना चाहते हैं, वो एक हैबिट बन गया है, so it is a difficult task. Right. So in my coaching, so I have so far handled around 48 cases of extramarital affair. और उसमें एक चीज कॉमन होती है, the end is always a hurt. For the people who are in extramarital affair, so end is more or less not very happy. Okay. It can happen that one of the partners has gone back to the family, so the other partner remains alone, or both of them have gone to their respective families.
Yeah. So in this case, would that really be a hurt situation जहाँ पे अगर
Okay, so यहाँ पे क्योंकि दो पार्टीज होती हैं, a male and a female, जो भी वापस जा रहा है, the other person is hurt. Okay, so basically this is a relationship between this male and female, right? तो वो तो टूट गया ना?
No.
It's a breakup. So whether it is a breakup between husband and wife, or a breakup between boyfriend girlfriend, or two people who are already married and having an extramarital affair, it is a breakup, and breakup always comes with the price, which is a hurt, right? And it is a long-term hurt on the soul, which takes time to heal.
So if people have healed after the affair has ended, can that marriage be revived?
So it depends upon the intention of both the partners. Here I am talking about husband and wives.
Okay.
So whether they want to heal the marriage, whether they want to kind of forgive each other and give it a chance, the real chance, not based on compromise कि अच्छा हमारे बच्चे हैं, चलो उनके लिए साथ में रह लेते हैं, या हमारे पेरेंट्स के लिए साथ में रह लेते हैं, या फिर सोसाइटी के लिए साथ में रह लेते हैं, but from inside you are empty, right? So it is a compromise then. But if the intention is that हाँ गलती हुई, if both the parties, both husband and wife, they are introspection, there is introspection happening, and they are also talking to each other that what were the reasons for in the first place to kind of derail.
Yes.
Okay.
Because one more major thing which I would...
And sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to just stress on one thing, that this particular conversation has to be healthy and open. Okay. Because if both the parties are not open to each other and talk about the things which, because they have not spoken about those topics, that is why in the first place extramarital affair happened.
Yes.
Okay, because they ventured out, to satisfy certain needs, or needs can be physical, emotional, anything, which they did not communicate before. Okay, so it is very, very important to have the honesty, the authenticity, and the respect, the mutual respect for each other, and have a very open conversation about their what happened, how they can move forward. It is the intention is most important thing. If it is like तुमने ऐसा किया और आप तो ऐसे थे, ऐसे ना थे, all this, if it happens, it is not going anywhere. Because what will happen that, okay, I'm just giving an example. For example, wife has an extramarital affair and husband knows about it. Next time she'll be more careful.
So my question, which I wanted to ask, is obviously, if we introspect, like initially, even the partners need to understand, right? Understand कि extramarital अगर हुआ है तो वो किसी रीजन से हुआ है, कुछ तो लैकिंग था दोनों के रिलेशनशिप में जिस वजह से एक इंसान बाहर गया है, एंड देन सो लाइक do you think that they really need to communicate on what was lacking, and then if that is fixed, the marriage can be fixed?
Yep. So can I give you an example, live example? So last year I happened to handle this. I got a call at 3 o'clock in the night. Okay, from a person whom I knew. Okay, and she was crying profusely. First of all, I got scared at 3 o'clock in the night the call has happened. And I feel so blessed that I am married to Jayashree, because she doesn't mind. Otherwise, she can say, "अरे कौन तुमको रात को 3 बजे कॉल कर रही है?" Right? I will have my own issues, right?
Yes.
So I
obviously, and one more thing is because you guys are having that understanding, so
that's why I can do this, right? Is lot of credit goes to her. Whatever I have become as a person and as a coach, lot of credit goes to her. So I got a call and she was crying profusely, and she was saying that, okay, my husband is going to divorce me.
Okay.
And I knew about her affair beforehand, and we used to have some few of the coaching sessions, and I told her that, see, सच और झूठ में सिर्फ एक ही सिमिलरिटी होती है कि वो दोनों ही किसी ना किसी टाइम पे बाहर आ जाते हैं.
राइट.
झूठ भी बाहर आ जाता है, सच भी बाहर आ जाता है. सो आई वांट हर कि देख, तेरा छोटा बच्चा है, द डे he comes to know, it will be a hell for you. Right now you are having all the pleasures, मजा मस्ती सब ठीक है, लेकिन have you thought about it? And she was very overconfident that, okay, no, he will never come to know, blah blah blah, whatever. Everybody, we all do that, right?
Okay.
So she was crying profusely, and I said, okay, so what is your take? Does the other person ready to take you in? Okay, will he marry you? Okay, if this person leaves you, will the other person marry you? And to my I was not so surprised, but I was like amused at the kind of response. He said that, okay, he has gone back to his wife.
Okay.
So I am kind of stranded. Okay, so neither he is mine or not. Now my husband has also. So I flew to her kind of place the next day. Okay, I asked her that, okay, if I talk to your husband, will he listen to me? She said that you can take your chance. I don't know. Okay, I flew to that city. I checked in a hotel which was closer to their house, and I went there. I introduced myself to her husband. It was, the whole environment was very gloomy. We had like 8 hours of discussion.
Okay.
And during this period, he kind of lost his cool many times. She cried many times. But this is like 1 year and they are still together.
Okay. So are they together because of the kids, or the marriage is healed?
No. Okay. So I am assuming that they have healed, because few of the DPs I see and few of the things means whenever I talk to her, so I see a little bit of or more of like contentment, more of spark back in her voice and all. So I'm safely assuming that they have healed, because Her husband also talks to.
And did they share that how did they heal this issue in their marriage, and then how were they able to forgive each other and then?
So first thing is that, okay, which we discussed in our last episode as well, Seher, is that, okay, first step towards healing anything is acknowledgement. You have to first acknowledge, second accept, and third come to the terms, have a very open discussion. So we had a very open discussion. I was there in that discussion. I kind of facilitated their dialogues between each other, and he also understood. Like, one of the things is that, okay, he doesn't help me in any of the household work, and she herself is a entrepreneur. So this guy understood that, okay, yeah, if the kid is small, I also need to right,
help
her, right? So this was one. There were certain things which the guy had that, okay, वो हमेशा फोन पे लगी रहती है. Just making up.
So they were able to resolve the complaints when they spoke about it.
हाँ, first they put it out on the table कि मेरे को तुमसे ये शिकायतें हैं, तुमको मेरे से ये शिकायतें हैं. And then we had to prioritize which one is the most important, most pressing, जो बिल्कुल कट थ्रू करता है. Okay, we have to resolve that. Okay, what can we do? ये नहीं कि कल से मैं तुमको मुझे मेरी सारी बातें माननी है और मैं आप तुम्हारी सारी बातें मानूंगा. No, that's not the solution, right? Okay. They had to, because these solutions are customized. It is not like there is no a common formula for that, right? So they identified those 2 or 3 things that we will work for next 90 days on this. Okay, and they started to spend more time with each other. Okay, so because when the child is small and both the parents are, when they are working, there's a lot of time which goes like, okay, they have to work out, they come back home, somebody has to cook, somebody has to take care of the kid. This hardly means I've gone through that, so I know there's hardly any time for each other. But we have to make out that time.
Yeah. So one more question which was popping up is, can an intermediary or a third person, like you said in your case, you flew to her and then you kind of spoke with both of them. So तीसरा कोई भी इंसान होता है इन सब सिचुएशंस में, और वो हेल्प करता है तीसरा इंसान इन चीज़ों को रिजॉल्व करने में. एंड डू यू थिंक दैट बिकॉज यू वेंट देयर, वाज देयर एनी इम्पैक्ट बिकॉज ऑफ योर प्रेजेंस, you were able to calm them down?
So the reason I'm smiling is that, okay, there's a difference between a tisra insan and a coach.
Yeah.
So I was a coach.
Okay.
So 2 things which is common in all the good coaches, right? First thing, that for any of them, like for both of them, they knew that I am not judging them.
So they're able to express whatever.
Yes. Because when there is no fear of judgment, anybody can open their wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Second thing a coach does is that they empower their coaches. I was not there to give solution. I was there, with my questioning skills, I brought out there all the negativities, all the blames which they had against each other, all the complaints against each other. I helped them or empowered them to bring it out and put it on the table.
Okay. Yeah.
Then facilitated the conversation. Because obviously when both people are hurt in one way or the other, there is when somebody is hurt, that means there is pain. Okay, if there is pain inside, pain will come outside as well, in terms of the choice of words and all that, right? So I was facilitating in that so that only their communication is clear and two-way.
Right. Because one more thing is, as you said, you were from the girls' side, but you went there as a coach. So I guess the difference is over here, because when we are inviting any of our family members, obviously they will be from one side, and this cannot be tackled in a neutral way. But since you were there on her side, but you were playing the role of the coach. Yeah, you were
I was
the coach.
neutral.
Yeah,
non-judgmental, neutral, and I was not there to provide any solution.
You were there to facilitate that how this
Facilitate
process.
and empower.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Actually,
that was
profound. Yeah.
that was every coaching assignment which I have or which I have had in the past. Everything has taught me so many things about life and how to handle it. So it is making my experience more richer, deeper every day.
Yeah.
Okay, because I learned from that. There are a lot of changes I have also done in my life that, okay, see, if I do this, I know that what is the end result. Right? People think that, okay, we are very smart. Oh, ये उसके साथ हुआ, वो पकड़ेगा, ठीक है, मैं तो नहीं पकड़ा जाऊंगा. But that is a universal law. Okay, that whatever you will sow, you will reap the same.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, this is first law. Second law is that, okay, your reaping will always be many times more than sowing. And the third and most important law is that between sowing and reaping, there is always a waiting period.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, आम का एक गुठली लगाते हैं, उसका फल निकलने में 7 साल लगते हैं. राइट? लोग ये वाली चीज भूल जाते हैं. 4 दिन तक अगर छुप के चल गया, वो सोचते हैं ये तो जिंदगी भर हम लोग ऐसे ही चला लेंगे. Never happens.
Okay. So here comes now my second question. एक तरफ हम ये बात करते हैं कि जैसे कि हम लास्ट पॉडकास्ट में बात कर रहे थे कि पेशेंस चाहिए, मैरिज अगर है उसको सक्सेसफुली निभाने के लिए वी नीड अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस, वी नीड अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट्स फ्रॉम बोथ साइड्स. But so then we call it as a successful marriage. Okay, that's great. But when it comes to people opting for divorce now, okay, so divorce can also be a blessing in disguise actually in many cases.
Yes.
Right? So because when the marriage is toxic or when the situations are, वहाँ पे दो इंसान रह ही नहीं सकते हैं, या फिर it's better to move out than be in a toxic marriage.
True.
So then लेकिन फिर वही हो जाता है कि फिर अगर हम एक तरफ हम बोल रहे हैं कि ओके वी नीड अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस, वी नीड दीज थिंग्स, सो मेनी एफर्ट्स ताकि हम मैरिज को चला पाएं, और एक तरफ हम ये भी बोलते हैं कि डिवोर्स इज ऑल्सो अ ब्लेसिंग समटाइम्स. सो देन हाउ डू पीपल डिसाइड व्हाट्स द राइट टाइम फॉर देम टू स्टेप आउट, मेक द मैरिज वर्क? व्हेन डू दे टेक द डिसीजन?
सो एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल I will just provide my input towards the word successful.
Yeah.
Marriage.
Yes.
Successful,
what is also called a successful marriage?
Yeah. So it is a fancy word. Okay. I can term my marriage is successful. Okay. And everybody can say that, okay, their marriage is successful. It is, right? Because the definition of success is based on from people to people. There is no universal, right? Somebody will say that, oh, हमारी मैरिज में लड़ाई नहीं होती. Cannot be true.
Yeah, and that is also an indication from my experience and from what my friends share. जिस शादी में लड़ाई नहीं हो रही है या फिर कुछ डिस्कशन ही नहीं हो रहा है, and then so I guess that marriage
is anyways dead.
Already dead.
Yeah, you are right.
It's already
you are
dead.
right.
Yes.
Because वो बोलेंगे अच्छा भाई सब्जी ले आओ. हाँ भाई मैं सब्जी ले आया.
Yes.
Where is the discussion about life, right? So somebody says that मेरी marriage में लड़ाई नहीं होती. I think they don't have a marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're not talking about the things which they like or dislike.
They will refuse to talk about things because अरे यार ये बेकार में काटने को दौड़ेगी, छोड़ो, right? या ये जो है चिल्लाने लगेगा, छोड़ो, right? And that's not marriage. Okay. So success is a fancy word. It's an adjective.
So then which marriage should I call a successful marriage then?
Marriage is a marriage.
Marriage is a marriage. Good marriage or a bad marriage maybe?
It can be a good marriage or the bad marriage.
Okay.
Something which is not bad is always good. We don't have to define it. Right? See, I'm just making up. Somebody says that, okay, I have a very successful marriage, but we have 2 kids and they could not do anything in their life. Their career is a failure. What will you call that marriage? Somebody will say that उन्होंने तो ध्यान ही नहीं दिया अपने बच्चों पे.
But we are talking about.
So it is.
Yeah. लेकिन यहाँ पे ये वाले क्वेश्चन में ये पॉइंट नोट करना जरूरी है कि they are talking about the kids. Obviously, kids do come under marriage. But
that is just an example. It is just an example of that. Okay, we cannot define a marriage is a success or not success. because it is only those two people know whether their marriage is successful or not.
Okay. So now I want to know what we can call a good marriage, and what is a bad marriage then.
Okay, so bad marriage, that means that, okay, if one or both the people are not happy in that marriage, like you use the word toxic, right? If they are in the toxic relationship, okay, so we can call it as a bad marriage.
Okay.
If there is like open discussion, argument, root na manana, all that is happening in the marriage, it's a good marriage.
Good marriage.
It's a good marriage because, see, again, my example, if I give, I got married when I was 30, okay, and both of us are of the same age, right? So I led my life before marriage, 30 years of life in a certain way. My wife also led her 30 years of her life in a certain way, and now suddenly we are in one house, okay. Obviously, there will be differences. We are not clones. We are two different personalities, and that too are strong ones, right? So I think offline I told you, right, that I took like 20 months to get married after I proposed her. 10 months to convince her, and 10 more months to convince her mom, right, my mother-in-law. And after 3 months of marriage, we were actually sitting and we had a conversation that should we separate.
Why did that conversation come? And also, I have one more thing that in the initial years of marriage, does this come more often? This thought comes more often, or as time passes?
Yeah. So to answer your last question first, is that first year of marriage, people talk about 7 years hitch and all that. So, but first year of marriage is the most turbulent one.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether it is a love marriage or an arranged marriage. Okay. Why? Because the reason I told you before, we led our life in a certain way. She led her life in a certain way. Now we are together. So do bartan hai to bajenge. Right? Now it is the maturity. That's where the maturity comes, right? That when we had this discussion after 3 months, okay, means I put in 20 months of effort to get there. And after 3 months, we were staring at divorce, to be honest, right? So, and I told you that my wife did not want to get married, because she saw couple of broken marriages in a very closed circle.
Yeah.
So she got that thought first in her mind, and we had a good communication. So she said, okay, should we separate if it's not working out? And I told her one thing, that, okay, I have closed the back door. We are not going to get separated.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing. Second thing, I will learn, you also learn. We will find a middle path. It's not a compromise, by the way. Finding a middle path is not a compromise. And you respect me, I respect you. It's not like if you respect me, I will respect you. There is no if.
Yeah. Okay. That is the condition which you both had set.
So it is like, okay, first, we will not get divorced. Second, we will keep communicating. कि मुझे आपकी ये बात नहीं अच्छी लगती, मुझे आपकी ये बात नहीं अच्छी लगती. We will see that, okay, how we can resolve that one by one, okay, and we will move forward, okay. And it is now 22 years already, 22 years of marriage. Okay. I see all around relationship failing, divorce happening within 3-4 years of marriage and all that. Ours is going strong.
So one very big question is coming in my mind. जैसे कि मैंने अपने कुछ friends को, again, since I have a lot of experiences with my friends.
I just wanted to kind of inject it here, is that we are talking about the institution of marriage, but everything same applies in any relationship between boyfriend or girlfriend, any love relationship, any association which is not even marriage, or in the marriage as well. The same rule applies.
But doesn't this rule apply more in marriage? Because in marriage, we have a commitment kind of, we can say that marriage is a very very committed relationship I would say, like commitment as in the efforts, जो हमने efforts डाला है शादी करने के लिए, इतने दोनों की families involved हैं, and then maybe if people are doing a very high budget marriage, बहुत धूमधाम से शादी की है, तो वो एक अलग बात हो जाती है बिल्कुल। लेकिन अगर हम मैरिज के पहले
I beg to disagree.
Okay.
The way you get married the way you get married has nothing to do with the way you have to conduct after marriage.
No, not before. I am talking about before marriage.
So even high budget भी marriage हो रही है, it can put a pressure, but it is no guarantee that your marriage your relationship will not be toxic.
Obviously, yeah.
There might be compromise. अरे यार मैंने 5 करोड़ लगाए हैं, right?
So will that pressure, because many times that pressure is also there on the couple, that या फिर कुछ बहुत सारी लड़कियां भी ऐसी होती हैं जिनके पेरेंट्स ने लोन लेके उनकी शादी की है, और क्योंकि लोन लेके शादी की है, so the girl, even if she is being abused by her husband or in her in-laws family, she still chooses to stay in that marriage. And if she is not financially independent, or maybe sometimes I have read the news that financially independent people are also staying in that marriage, girls are also staying in that marriage, so
boys also
okay.
So yeah, boys also,
okay,
right?
So फिर ऐसे सिचुएशन में क्या बेटर है, उस शादी में रहो या फिर they can come out of that?
Okay, so coming out of marriage, okay, so can I quote one more example, right?
Yeah.
Very close friend of mine, and I have coached her for many years. So she got married, and before marriage there was a courtship period of around 6 months or more, little bit, and I am talking about 20 years back. Right? And then within a month after marriage she came to know that it was a wrong decision.
It was a
wrong decision to get married to this guy.
Okay.
And it was an arranged marriage. Okay, completely arranged marriage. Is after you say yes, then there is a courtship period, right? So 6 months of courtship period, and within a month she came to know that it was a wrong decision. Okay, then what happened was, and she was in Bangalore working with Oracle, and that guy he went to Singapore.
Okay.
And he said that if you want to save the marriage, come over to Singapore, relocate to Singapore. This girl left her high-paying Oracle job, went to Singapore. He said that you cannot work here. So maybe because of any reason his ego was hurt.
Okay.
And he wanted to kind of give pain to this girl, punish
Why
this girl.
was his ego hurt? Like, okay.
Any of the reasons, right? We can speculate, whatever. So he want to kind of emotionally punish this girl.
Okay.
वो उसको एक 10 सिंगापुर डॉलर के लिए भी तरसाता था. It was a monthly some subscription to a library, right? So where she wanted to spend her time because she was not working there. होता था, right? She did everything, Seher, for 7 years.
Okay.
She got pregnant, had a child. 7 years she did everything. He did not budge. He was the same guy. So when you ask the question ki when, that was the time. Okay. She left her job. She relocated to Singapore. She was dependent on him for every small expenses because she was not allowed to work. Okay, and became pregnant with his child. Okay, delivered. Everything she did. There was a time, because there is no general time. There was a time when the trigger happened. Okay.
And this trigger happened because he was treating her in that way.
He was treating her as a doormat. So at some point, she did everything to save that marriage.
Were there any other reasons also which maybe you
No, afterwards we came to know that he had an extramarital affair as well. We can say that because he was not going very well with his wife, that's why he was out. Right?
Okay.
This is the main reason whenever the extramarital affair happens, and when you are not satisfied in your marriage, that's why you go out of the marriage. Simple as that, right? So that's a separate thing. But she did everything possible for 7 years. She was a independent girl. I know her since 2002. So 23 years I know her. She was my colleague in my second job. She did everything. And though she was like very, very independent and high-headed girl, she was in sales. Okay. She left everything to save her marriage.
This is what most girls do.
And then it is like when she decided that it's time, some trigger happened. She left Singapore without any knowledge. She came back to India.
Okay.
It took her 1 year to find a job here. For 1 year, she was with her parents. Okay. 1 year to find a job. She started her reset her career, started her career as a contractor.
Okay.
And now she's working. She's with JP Morgan. She's earning well.
Okay.
Now her son is like in class 12th.
And
So that is the time that, okay, when you know. So always when we study a little bit of spirituality, there's always, it is said that any point of time you are allowed to take a U-turn.
Yeah, this is true.
And you should take that U-turn. If it is, you are sure that, okay, this was a mistake. Okay. So why to suffer like so many years and all that? So, but again, this trigger is different for different people. This duration is different for different people. It is not only the boy or a girl, right? Because I gave you an example of somebody else also, that where the girl was having a extramarital affair. Her husband is, both are still together. They're still fighting with each other, like Tom and Jerry, but they're still in the marriage.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
So one more important question, Rishi ji, that is when it comes to family. Now, जब हम अभी 2 cases आते हैं. पहला केस ये है कि एक कपल है, they have been in a long term relationship and they want to get married. So जब तक वो लोग खुद में रहते हैं, couple are with each other and they have been in a long term, everything goes fine because they have got kind of used to each other. लेकिन जैसे ही बात फैमिली के पास जाती है, तो फैमिली के पास somehow कुछ intuitive power होता है, या फिर कुछ they're able to catch
Insecurities होती हैं.
insecurities भी होती हैं. And then if we take it on the positive side, जो हमारे बहुत अच्छे वेल विशर्स हैं, फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स, जैसे ही हम मिलवाते हैं विद फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स, बहुत बार ये फीडबैक आता है कि दिस पर्सन इज नॉट राइट फॉर यू और दैट पर्सन इज नॉट राइट फॉर यू. तो वहाँ पे कपल को क्या स्टैंड लेना चाहिए? एंड देन माई अदर क्वेश्चन इज ऑल्सो कि जब शादी की बात आती है, तो जब शादी होती है फिर भी जो फैमिली की जो फीडबैक होती है, या फिर इन लॉज हम बोल सकते हैं, लड़के के साइड से, लड़की के साइड से भी होती है, तो इसको कपल को कैसे मैनेज करना चाहिए, कैसे हैंडल करना चाहिए?
So I gave you an example of like, okay, my mother-in-law herself took around 10 months to say yes to our marriage, right?
Okay.
So to answer your question, that okay, till the time both of you or both boy and a girl here are thick with each other, they are very clear that okay, this girl is the best person for me, this guy is the best person for me. Okay, nothing can break them.
Yeah.
Nothing can
break them. Yes,
okay,
that's true.
That is point number 1. Point number 2 is that okay, if somebody wants to kind of get a third person opinion or anything, okay, do that before marriage. As soon as you meet the guy and you think that, or somebody thinks that okay, I'm not too sure whether I have made the right decision, because I am in the infatuation mode, I am in a honeymoon period. So let me have a third person opinion. Okay, Seher is my best friend. Okay, let's Seher, I will make them meet, and then I will ask, and then I will go with that. I gave you the example of my friend in Singapore, right? They were having a great time for 6 months, the courtship. But somehow I was feeling that okay, something is amiss.
Yeah.
But since I was seeing them happy with each other, I did not utter the word.
Yeah, and that should be the ideal case actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when I saw them having divorce, I still regret, and that's why I changed my stand in my life. I still regret that I should have uttered that word before marriage.
Yeah.
Now I say bindas. See, I feel this way, and this is the reason. I'm not saying that I'm God and I'm always right. But if you want to have a different perspective,
Yeah. Yeah.
I do that right.
And also, if they are really open for that, many people
If
are
they
not really
of
open
course,
for
of
a
course.
feedback.
So that's the role of a friend, right? That okay, I can say the same thing to any of my good or best friends without taking care of or not taking care of, without minding that okay, that person will react in a negative way. Then it's not a best friendship if I worry about that, okay, what she will think or he will think about me.
बट ऋषि जी वन मोर पॉइंट इज ओके, यहाँ पे आपने बताया कि वो इंसान ओपन है, एंड देन आपने बताया कि अगर वो फीडबैक लेना चाहते हैं तो फिर हम दे सकते हैं, बट व्हाट इफ इट्स अ फैमिली? बिकॉज आई वाज टॉकिंग टू समवन and she was saying she has a son and the son is going to get married, but somehow when it comes to family and they're very what to say, उनको बहुत फिक्र रहती है कि हमारे बच्चे की गलत जगह पे शादी ना हो जाए, तो they really are feeling that maybe she is not right, and then they are trying to kind of maybe have a very dominant opinion, trying to give a very dominant opinion on the son. So then but what I understood from my case, from her case, was that yeah, they have been in a long term relationship, and जो बेटा है जिनकी शादी हो रही है, he is like keen on getting married and then they are in a good relationship, but whatever the other things which my friend said about the girl, that is actually true. It's actually true. उस वजह से उनकी शादी पे एक्चुअली इफेक्ट आ सकता है, जो कि उन्होंने एक जेन्युइन मुझे पूरा रीजनिंग बताया. तो ऐसे केस में फिर पेरेंट्स को क्या करना चाहिए?
यहाँ पे पेरेंट्स हो
एंड
या
बच्चे को भी क्या करना चाहिए फिर?
पेरेंट्स हो या फ्रेंड्स हो, एवरीबडी हैज ओनली वन, कम्युनिकेट. कम्युनिकेट कि भाई हमें ये चीज नजर आई है. ओके, इफ इट्स दिस इज द केस ऑफ अ सन एंड अ मॉम, सो उनको अगर ये कम्युनिकेशन हो कि वो क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए कि शी इज नॉट गेटिंग इनसिक्योर, अरे मेरा बेटा मेरे हाथ से चला जाएगा.
Right? No, she has a genuine concern with the case.
So in this case, if she has observed certain things, so she has talked to her son, saying that this is my fear, that this might happen, whatever be the case, right? Now she has to understand one thing: it is her son's journey of life. Her role as a mother comes to an end after she suggests or provides the input with the evidence, like you said, that कि सच है, with the evidence कि देखो ये है.
But they are going to stay together in one home.
That's fine. It doesn't matter, right? If it goes to marriage, if her son still goes and marries the same person, okay, same girl, okay, then her role is over. Then she has to bless her daughter-in-law. And accept her wholeheartedly. There is my observation, I have a good observation skill during my college days and early days. I used to see a lot is you call her your mom as mummy, and not, but when anybody gets married, I'm talking about the girl, anybody gets married to in-laws, like mother-in-law, she will say mummy ji.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There is a difference.
So as soon as you put the G, anybody will say, oh, it's out of respect. Okay. So that means you are not respecting your own mom. Right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you put a G there, you have differentiated.
Okay.
She is my mom, and you know what's the message goes? You are not my mom.
But can a mother-in-law really be a mom to a daughter-in-law?
Yes. Why not? Okay, because in relationship the communication flows both way. See, we all know about frequency, right? We all know that we have a receiver and transmitter.
Yes.
Okay, if I am a mother-in-law and you are my kind of daughter-in-law, and if you are calling me Mummy Ji, my transmitter will
Actually, yeah, that is the frequency which initially I have
you
I'm putting it
can't
out.
you can't escape that.
Yeah.
You can't fudge that. Okay, so it is always like both sides. It's not one way. Okay, if somebody has like some inner child thing that okay, they have seen some bad marriages and they operate when they become a mother-in-law, they are operating right.
Yeah.
It's a healing this thing opportunity. But the thing is that okay, it is always and always that for a guy who is getting married to a girl, that girl is the most important person in his
I
life.
was actually coming to that point. Yeah. So when it comes to marriage, like if I just don't want to skip this question because I guess ये
It
सबसे
is
ज़्यादा
important.
question ये
Yeah.
सबसे ज़्यादा
That's my
important यही
life
question
lesson.
है.
That's
Yes.
my life journey का अगर मैं एक in terms of marriage, if I have understood one thing about marriage is Jayashree is the most important person in my life.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I don't love my mom.
Yeah.
क्योंकि लोग तुरंत वो क्वेश्चन ओह so that means that you don't love your mom. ये कब कहा मैंने? That is interpretation, right?
Okay.
So your spouse, in terms for a boy, the girl is the most important because वो अपना पूरा संसार छोड़ के आपके लिए आई है. आप अपना घर छोड़ के उसके आप अपने ससुराल में जाके नहीं बसे हो. वो अपना पूरा घर छोड़ के आपके घर आई है.
Okay, Rishi ji, there is one more thing which is going on nowadays. जैसे कि again coming back to my friends, whatever conversation we have, कि concept ये होता है जैसे discussion wise ये करते हैं because my friends are mostly we have these female conversations. तो वो लोग ये बोलते हैं कि now अभी इतना हमारा work का pressure भी इतना रहता है and then managing in and staying in the in-laws home, it's called the in-laws home, like so they want to stay just with the husband and many cases they have a मतलब उनका जो intention is good that okay, I don't have any negative feeling towards my husband's parents, but then अगर freedom and space की बात है तो I want to just stay with my husband and like I am not sure how the in-laws are going to stay, but then we want our space and freedom. तो ऐसे केस में अगर अब इन केस ऑफ एक केस है जिसमें कि एक लड़का है, एक ही बेटा है, like he is the only child and the mom maybe she is a single parent, or maybe for example not a single parent, for example they are like the boys mom and dad both are there. So how do we deal with this situation then? Like
there's nothing to be deal there.
to deal.
There's nothing to be deal.
Okay.
Recently,
but then is if it becomes a deal breaker.
So let me answer your question first, okay, and then take this deviation. So recently, from the Jayashree side, okay, a very close relative. So they had only one child, son. Okay, and it's a love marriage.
Okay.
So marriage happens. They themselves, okay, they had like one more flat. They themselves told their son, okay, after marriage, this is your flat.
Yeah.
Okay. Not in a, they have a 3-story house. Okay. They have enough space for this couple. After marriage, this is your flat. You decorate it the way you want. Okay. This flat is yours. But that flat is like 10 minutes away from their own house. So for every function and all, these people come. अरे बेटा कल सुबह कुछ अच्छा बना रही है तेरी अम्मा. So why don't you come over for breakfast? These people will be happily come.
Yeah. So is this a better option?
There's no better or worse option.
Okay. Yeah. In case of someone who wants to stay with the husband, but he has a commitment, like obviously his parents are dependent just on the son. So in that case, is this a better situation to arrange for if the girl wants, and if that's a deal breaker for her?
Depends, right? So first of all, right, so I would go back to the original part, right? When both of them are in the courtship, okay? And if, like you mentioned that, okay, it's a single parent or something, okay? If the boy or the girl before marriage, if that is one of the major, you use the word deal breaker, right? Criteria, major criteria for this, for a better relationship between husband and wife, then this topic needs to be discussed before marriage.
Yeah, actually in the initial conversations itself.
Yes. That, means these days I have seen, means a few of my lady friends or even the friends who are guys, right? They have discussed this. That bhai mere ko to alag rehna hai. And if the guy has a similar single parent or no, कि okay, तब शायद हम लोग आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे because मुझे तो अपने पेरेंट्स को रखना है साथ.
Yeah, and I have seen many guys take a step back also.
They will be vocal. So this generation is more intelligent and assertive.
Yeah.
Okay. In both the cases, तुम नहीं तो और सही, और नहीं तो और सही.
Yes. Okay. But in any case, the spouse
The clarity
is definitely
is most important.
Yeah. And most of all, if we take in a marriage, the spouse is always the priority. It should always be the topmost priority.
Yes, of course. In this case, the girl, because as I said before, she has left everything. Her friends, maybe her career, I don't know. Okay, everything, the comfort of her parents' house. And most of the single girls, when they are before marriage, they don't cook at home on daily basis, right? She learns cooking only for you, Baba. When she gets married and comes to your house, then that's where most of the time she learns cooking. Okay, अपने घर में तो सब रानी की राजकुमारी की तरह रहते हैं.
Okay.
So this is something which every guy needs to understand.
Okay.
Everybody. If you are not understanding this, then you are putting the seed. You are responsible for putting the seed.
So ऋषि जी, बहुत ही अमेजिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन था और इस वाले पॉडकास्ट में हमने काफ़ी बोल सकते हैं कि बर्निंग टॉपिक्स हमने टच किया और कॉन्वर्सेशन बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था. एंड आपने अपने क्लाइंट्स के भी कुछ केसेस शेयर की जिसमें बहुत कुछ मुझे भी सीखने को मिला. एंड देन आई वाज आल्सो एबल टू शेयर माय फ्रेंड्स पर्सपेक्टिव. सो ऑल इन ऑल इट वाज एन अमेजिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन. एंड अगेन बैक टू आवर व्यूअर्स के जो भी हमें सुन रहे हैं, अगर आपके लाइफ में कोई भी रिलेशनशिप इशू है जिससे कि यू आर डीलिंग एंड instead of suffering and not being able to speak to an expert, क्योंकि हमें बहुत बार क्या होता है कि लाइफ में हमें डिसीजन लेना चाहिए कि ओके आई एम नॉट रियली बीइंग एबल टू हैंडल दिस ऑन माई ओन and it's time to reach an expert who can really resolve. So marriage is a very beautiful institution and we all need a long-term happy marriage or a relationship, long-term relationship, because I guess कि अगर relationship ही हमारी strong नहीं है तो हम चाहे लाइफ में जितना भी सक्सीड कर ले, जितने भी पैसे कमा लें, it will not be a fulfilling life when unless and until we really have an amazing relationship.
Yep.
Yes. So anyone who wants to consult Rishi ji, I've mentioned again the details of my website where you can register your details and you can book your registration and I'll be looking over to your details and I will be able to revert back to you. I'll be sending the details to Rishi ji also. So you can check the details in the description and you can register. And Rishi ji, आप कुछ add करना चाहेंगे?
Means what I would strongly recommend is कि आप लोग अपने questions ज़रूर पूछें, comment करें कि आपको क्या चीज़ सबसे अच्छी लगी हमारे conversation में. हम लोग के अब back to back 2 episodes हो गए हैं. And this is a promise that the 3rd episode will be based on your questions. So we will consolidate all the burning questions and we will definitely have our 3rd episode based on that.
Sure.
So thank you for inviting me again and बहुत मजा आया. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishi ji. It was, an amazing and learning session for me also. So, again, back to our audience. You can also, even if you don't want to register right now, okay, and you still have some questions which you just want to ask, and then you can, put our questions, and then we can work on your questions through our podcast as well,
Yes.
instead of a direct consultation. If they just want to ask something which is going on, तो आप वो भी comments में आप डाल सकते हैं, and we'll surely revert back to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rishi ji.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.